the ICT and education space for the last about 10 years. And it's quite interesting that I'm substituting for the chair and the co-chair, and I'll just help coordinate this session. Shri Subhash Khuntiaji, who is going to be chairing, would be joining us at around 11 o'clock. And we will continue the discussions and dialogue. What we would like to do is to first go around the table quickly to introduce ourselves so we know who we are talking to. And then we'll have 5 presentations today. Out of the 9, we only have 5. So we have about 10 minutes each for each of the presentations. So try to stick to your time, all the presenters, so that there is opportunity for dialogue. After each presentation, we'll have about 10 minutes of dialogue, question answers that we could proceed with. I'd like to first invite the implementation of computer-aided learning in 244 schools in Bihar under SSA, the Bihar Education Project Council of the Bihar State Education Department, as well as IL&FS. May I invite Neelam? Please.
I'm Neelam Anand from IL&FS Education, and I'm representing a project we did on behalf of Bihar Education Project Council with the BSEDC, which is Bihar State Electronic Development Corporation, we formed a consortium with them, and we conducted this project last year quite effectively. And this is the project which you can see on the slide. It's the implementation of computer-aided learning, CAL, in 244 upper primary schools. Just a very little brief about our group, IL&FS group. We are the pioneers in infrastructure development and financial services in India. And we work under 3 heads: physical infrastructure, financial services, and social infrastructure. And the areas of work are listed over here. There's integrated learning programs. We are into teacher training, ICT at schools, learning environments, preschool education, technical and higher education, skill training for employability, corporate training, good governance training, entrepreneurship education, health education, services for CSR, and other media, new media. This CAL project, the main aim of the CAL project was to supplement traditional classroom teaching with technology-based teaching learning solutions. We felt that the backward areas, especially in Bihar, rural areas, also needed to get the, the advantage of a city-urban school. So the main idea was to introduce new concepts to children through use of computers, to enable scientific thinking and holistic learning. The main aim was that the students could learn to use computers. The teachers could deliver subject-specific lessons through multimedia, and capacity building of the teachers through IT training. And the main aim we did, these outcomes were achieved. There was more retention, there was less absenteeism, and the teachers also gained confidence in these new technologies. So the students, it's a similar thing. The main idea was that the pupil computer ratio improved, because generally what happens is there are a whole lot of class full of students, and just 2 or 3 computers they are staring at. So I would like to share with you, can you just go to the next? Okay, the basic scope of work was, first was the baseline survey. We did a survey to find out where the school is, what is the accessibility, how many teachers in the school, how many rooms in the school, what is the security, how is the setup in the school. So we did an intensive survey before we started the project. Then we installed the IT infrastructure. I'll talk a little more in detail about the infrastructure. We also offered on-site maintenance for that IT support, to support that IT infrastructure, because very often we found that IT infrastructure just lies, without functioning. It's just lying there and it's not even working. Then we set up a centralized control room and deployed a full team to monitor the functioning of the CAL centers. We conducted surveys to find out how ready the teachers are for learning new IT techniques. And then we conducted training on multimedia modules and to ensure a smooth functioning of the CAL labs. We conducted workshops for teachers to identify hard spots from within their syllabus. It was not some other syllabus, it is from the Bihar Education Board syllabus. They identified hard spots and they gave us ideas what kind of lessons they would want in multimedia. So we created around 171 multimedia lessons which were absolutely mapped to their syllabi. And then we conducted computer education classes for classes 6th, 7th and 8th. This is how the project took off. BEPC partnered with BSEDC, I mentioned before, to introduce CAL. We formed a consortium in partnership with the SSA Bihar, and we set up the IT infrastructure in all the districts. Multimedia lessons, which I told you we created, were loaded in the schools. In the KAN. KAN is a unique product of ILNFS. It's a compact multimedia center. It's a projection system together with an inbuilt computer. It's internet ready. It's got USB ports, and it's a compact system. Any teacher can operate it. You don't need a technology person. It has a plug and play system, just one wire. And we loaded the multimedia content on that. So that projects an image up to 300 inches diagonally. It's a projection system. So just one KAN in that school changed the whole environment, because the whole school actually at a time can also view a lesson. But of course, they conducted it class-wise and they had a timetable for it. This picture, can you take a cursor there? I don't. If you can see this one. This is the KAN. This is the compact multimedia center, and this was put in all the 244 schools together with 3 computers. This gives you a look at what all we put in each CAL lab. 1 KAN, 3 computers, 4 UPS, stabilizer, printer, genset, and lab furniture. And before we did all this, we also set up the room in terms of flooring, painting, curtains, all the other infrastructure. It was a complete setup. We conducted 10 days training for teachers, and 6 days was on how to operate the computers and the KAN, 2 days on how to teach with multimedia, and a 2-day refresher course. More than 1700 teachers we trained, 3 teachers per school from all the 37 districts in Bihar. 6th, 7th and 8th. It was an upper primary school project. SSA has some funds for the CAL labs for the upper primary. Upper primary is 6th, 7th and 8th. This I mentioned before, how the lessons were developed. We worked with the teachers, with the SCRT experts, and they themselves identified hard spots from 5 subjects, math and 4 languages, Hindi, English, Urdu and Sanskrit. And since the textbooks were changing, they chose generic topics of grammar and so on, things they find difficult to teach. And they themselves gave ideas that we would like to have this in animation, this in pictorial form and so on. And the lessons were validated by them also. And the project was not complete. It was not just handing over the infrastructure and the training and just leaving it. We also carried on very effective monitoring for a long time. We set up a control room, and we had district coordinators, and they had teams under them who used to call up each and every CAL center daily to find out, is the center running, is something working or not working, and a whole lot of records were kept. These are some pictures of the inauguration of these CAL centers by the Chief Minister Nitish Kumar at Suchna Bhavan. We linked up 3 different classes with the video cam. I don't know what exactly you call it, but he could see the classes going on, and there was a two-way interaction with 3 centers in Bihar, not in Patna. So one was in Nalanda, one was some Araria, faraway places, and there was actual CAL center functioning with the teacher and the students and everything, and he spoke with them and he asked them questions about how they felt learning with multimedia, how they felt learning with new kinds of technologies. And the response was very, very positive.
Learning is faster when teaching learning methodology is innovative and activity-based, thus creating curiosity in the students. Rapid strides made in information technology and industrial growth have greatly impacted and have brought about a revolution in the sphere of education. Computer-aided learning is being promoted in a big way to make the learning process more interactive and group-based. Bihar Education Project Council decided to take the benefits of the experience of Bihar State Electronic Development Corporation to successfully implement the computer-aided learning program in 244 middle schools across the state. BSEDC and IL&FS Education and Technology Services Limited formed a consortium and jointly took the initiative to implement this program. Creation and operation of computer labs in each of the selected schools. Computer labs were set up in each of the 244 upper primary schools across all the districts, and today these schools are equipped with computers, UPS, servo voltage stabilizer, laser printer and gensets. K-Gyan, the world's first community learning device, was installed in each of the computer-aided learning labs. It's a perfect tool for group teaching and learning activities. Development of multimedia lessons. Development of multimedia lessons is an integral part of this project. Multimedia lessons have been developed based on the hard spots identified in Hindi, English, Urdu, Sanskrit and Math for classes 6th, 7th and 8th as per the state's new curriculum. Various workshops were organized in the state to identify learning difficulties, wherein
and I'm from GIST. I head the online learning department there. So my question was that, even operating in a city like Delhi and covering Delhi NCR, one faces so many challenges when one goes to universities and colleges and propagates the idea of e-learning. So I'm just wondering what would be the mammoth tasks and challenges that you faced in a state like Bihar, considering that even in metros, this whole idea of e-learning is just, a hard bait to swallow for a lot of traditional university people.
The main challenge was to set up these labs because they were far and wide, they were spread out all over the state. In fact, some of the material had to be carried in bell gadis and all kinds of different, because there weren't roads even going up to that school. And a second major problem is theft. We face that even till date, theft. Third, I'll come to your point. And the third is electricity. So if you notice, there was one major component which we have built in for this project, and that is a genset with the petrol or diesel. Because without that, it's not going to work.
Right.
And the diesel, I don't know, I won't go into financials, but it was worked out in such a way that the school always has enough fuel for running these, because there's hardly any electricity in these regions. And coming to your question, e-learning, I think, is a little misnomer. We are using, instead of a textbook all the time and a chalk and a blackboard, the teacher is using multimedia to teach. So I don't know what is exact, because I'm a teacher myself, I have been a teacher myself, so I can tell you that it's using a different methodology to teach. You can't show the rotation of the earth, but you can at least show it over, in a multimedia form. So I don't know what is e-learning. E-learning, I suppose you mean, is a child is just sitting and doing something on his own and interacting with the computer. This is not what our project is about. And we don't do those kind of projects. We do, we create these kind of lessons which are for the teacher to use in a classroom. So it works very well, because a village child in Bihar doesn't see TV like how our Delhi children see and get bored with it. They are quite enamored and they learn faster and the retention is better.
So what were your key influences? Like, I'm sure, was it like the school principal, or was it like the panchayat? I mean, who did you convince to get this inside the curriculum, or like, let's say, as part of the teaching methodology in these schools?
See, the Bihar Education Project Council wanted a project like that, because the governments have a norm that they can spend that much money for CAL, computer-aided learning. So this is a project of the SSA.
Okay.
If you read the guidelines of SSA is Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. They, this is their requirement. They want CAL in every school. CAL is computer-aided learning, not computer learning, but computer-aided learning. Yes.
Use PCs. So when do you use what?
Class is seated there. You teach a lesson. You show them the lesson. You teach with the Kian, because the whole class can see it at one time. And PC is also to teach them little bit computer skills, because remember, these schools have no computer teacher, they have no computer syllabus. They don't learn computers the way our children would learn in big schools. So they are also learning a few computer skills, as well as they are seeing the lesson maybe again, because it's loaded on the machines also, and it's loaded on the Kian. Cost of the Kian. Would you like to share?
The cost would range, this is actually the older version which you're seeing. Now we are already in the 5th version of it, and it will range between 90 to about 1 lakh now. And also, just to add what Neelam is saying, apart from being used just as a teaching aid in classrooms, it has a wireless keyboard and a mouse. So what happens is, during a classroom, each lesson normally is followed by an activity. So the teacher would move around the keyboard and the mouse to the students for them to experience it themselves. And that way, even the student feels that they've actually learned something and they've done something on their own.
And this Kian is not fixed in one place, Suppose that room is busy or something else is happening, you can carry the Kian to any room. It's being used all across schools, colleges, training centers, hospitals, everywhere, especially training centers. Yes,
Hi, I'm Saurabh from Thinvent. We're demonstrating the solar computer upstairs. I have a couple of questions, because we deal in similar projects with the railways. One, how do you handle servicing in the kind of locations, as you said, bullock carts are used to actually take the computers there. So how do you handle servicing? And the second thing we noticed when government organizations are involved is when something like a genset is used, which has variable operating costs of diesel, that doesn't very well fit into the whole government system of predicted planning, So how did you handle that? Because that becomes variable operation costs is something they can't seem to digest.
I think all this was worked out, because we knew from before that Bihar, nothing will work unless we provide electricity without stopping it. So I think this was all worked out. Details, if you want, I can share with you later. And what is the other thing you said? Maintenance, yeah. Yes. For this project, we had our own technology people who because it's very simple technology. It's the same technology which a computer or a projector would need. There's no, nothing very rocket science about it. It's the same thing. The Kian is a integrated unit with a projection system and a high-end computer. So we trained a few technology people who were servicing it. Plus, otherwise, we have a tie-up with TVSC. TVSC is an organization which looks at our service all across the country for other. Yes, yes, yes. And plus, then we worked out an AMC with the government also. I don't know whether they've paid that yet, but we are sort of trying to tell them that if you want this project to run successfully, even after we have, left the hand-holding, then they should go in for AMC.
Interested in the note you made about training. When you're using e-learning content, you've got the advantage of multimedia technologies. So
Yes.
you can bring in different teaching methodologies and accommodate different learning methodologies. Now, if you're going to do that, particularly out in rural parts of India, that will require a certain capacity building among the teachers.
Yes.
I was wondering if you could just shed some more light on that, please.
We conduct on motivation and classroom management and technology. First we, introduced them to the technology, and they felt very thrilled that, oh, this is a new thing they are learning. And then we showed them the benefits. So actually the teachers in the rural areas, you'll be surprised, are much more open to new technologies and new ideas because they don't know it, they've not been exposed to it, they are more open to it. I mean, because we have been working in the rural and the urban sector. So rural teachers, and Bihar, I must say, the teachers there are really very, very open to new ideas, new suggestions, and they are really brilliant amongst many states. I mean, I don't want to, but they were open. I mean, they accepted us with open arms and they really enjoyed. And they felt good teaching, yes.
And then 2 days, that's what I learned when I, okay. So what you said was, that's what I heard.
Yes.
So I think the biggest challenge in implementing CAL, because when we implemented it, was that we saw the teachers would just put the projector at the back, let the lesson run on an auto-run mode, and become more of computer operators than facilitators or mentors. So how do you overcome that challenge? I mean, that's a big question in my mind, to be honest with you.
At this point, that for the first 6 months, we had our own trained people there. We had our own trained people whom we gave intensive training. And we believe our multimedia lessons are not in the self-running mode at all. Unless you do next, it's not going to move. And our training includes this, with great, like we go into details about teaching them how to teach with multimedia. We told them it doesn't mean that you make a room dark. Another advantage of the Kian is the room doesn't have to be dark. It can be as bright as this or even brighter. Because we believe you have to have eye contact with the students, when you're teaching. And multimedia is an aid. The way you would draw a diagram on the board and bring the child's attention to the diagram, same way there's a diagram which is already there for you. So you just sort of use that. So our training included that. That Kian doesn't mean that for 6 days we were training them on the Kian. We were training them how to teach with multimedia, how to bring motivation in the classroom, how to do classroom management. So it was everything. In fact,
Find that 8 days of training was sufficient enough for the
10 days.
10 days plus, and was that good enough?
See, a teacher knows her subject. Teachers know their subject. Teachers know classroom management to a degree. This was just a kind of, an additional tool. And whatever problems they had, I told you we had a monitoring control room and a monitoring room, which could help solve these problems. Thank you.
Thank you, Neelam.